Okay, so we're gonna do a crane. And to begin, we're gonna start off with what I call the plus fold. And the plus fold will go like this and this. We'll see lines going up and down to make a plus sign. So you're gonna take your paper and then you're gonna fold it in half so we see a rectangle, and you wanna try to make it as close to perfect as you can. You don't wanna see any part from behind peeking out. So I always say corner to corner in the back and then edge to edge, side edge to side edge. So as close as you can. So you can see there's no orange peeking out for mine really. Okay, then we're gonna open it up. So now we have one part of our plus, and now we're gonna bring this side up. We're gonna finish up our plus sign. Again, line it up corner to corner, and then side to side. We're gonna fold it down. All right, and that is my first fold, is our plus fold. Okay. And then next we're gonna go ahead and make what I call the multiplication fold, and it's gonna go from one corner to the next, so diagonally across our origami paper. And so I'm gonna make triangles. So you're gonna fold up one corner to the next corner. And we're gonna make a giant triangle. So again, lined up my sides to each other. So here's our first big triangle. Open it up. Good. Now we're gonna have it this way, and we're gonna fold it up this way. This is pretty thick paper for me. Okay, so again to the corners, and then sides line up. All right. Okay. And that right there, now I have like a star looking shape at me, right? My multiplication and my plus. And so we're gonna end on our big triangle like this, okay? Big triangle. And then I call this kind of like the fox with his ears hanging out. So you can see the face. Here's the ears pointing out like that. And so if you notice, there's kind of like a pocket inside. So you're gonna hold the fox, the face with one hand, and then with the other hand, you're gonna put your thumb inside of its ear and kind of grab its ear lightly. Then you're gonna bring the tip of its ear inside of his face like so, okay? And so you're gonna kind of push it down. So it should look like this, where you have these two flaps. You're gonna do the same to the other side. Put your finger inside of his ear. Okay, you're gonna grab the ear and you're gonna bring it down like so again. Gonna press it in, and so that way you have this square diamond shape. Okay, so square diamond. And then with origami, one thing to remember is what you do to one side, you do to the other. So we did ear to one side, ear to the other. All right, so now we have this square diamond where it also has a closed end where you, if you look at it, you don't see anything opening up at you. Yeah. And then if you flip it upside down, you have this open end, which I kind of call like a flower looking thing, yeah, with all this space in it. And so our next step now is we're gonna do a airplane fold. And so with the open side, you're gonna grab that side and you're gonna see our middle line. I'll bring it up a little closer. See how there's a middle line? Just like an airplane, you're gonna grab the side that's open and you're gonna fold it up until that middle line. So kind of hard to see the crease, but you should be able to see your crease on your origami. But we're gonna go ahead and fold it like a plane where left side. And again, you just want to grab the top layer, not both sides, just the top. Okay, so we're going to do it to the top layer first, and then we're going to go ahead and do it to the other side of the same top layer. And this is important because every year I have kids that grab both layers, 2 layers. Nope. So we want to have it where at the very top we see like a kite going on, right? A kite shape. And then behind it we have like the outer flap. And so we did this to the top side, the front, and now we're going to flip it over. And we're going to do the exact same thing to the back side now, okay? So again, the side that opens up, the flap side, we're going to grab it and we're going to bring it all the way to that middle line that you have. Again, kind of hard to see, but yeah, there it is. So that's where I'm bringing the side to. Airplane, fold it right along there. Okay. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Now we have a full kite. Okay. So full kite. Right. Now once we have the kite, you see this tiny triangle up here? So to help us with our next step, we're gonna take this triangle bit and we're gonna fold it all the way down flat so it makes a nice triangle that points down at us. Okay. So see how it's like a triangle? So you just wanna fold it flat like that, lift it back up. What we do to one side, we do the other. Flip it back around. We're gonna take it and we're gonna do the same thing, fold it back down, grab the tip, fold it all the way down to make the triangle. Ooh. And then bring it back up, okay? So that was to help us with the next part, which I call the canoe. And so you're gonna open up your kite now. Here's the top layer, and this is where it gets pretty tricky. So we're back to our square diamond, and then we see all these other lines. All the other lines help us with the canoe. And so here's what I mean by the canoe, and I want to make sure I have this nice in the camera. So once you have your square diamond, just on the top, right? We're not working with the back yet, just on the top. Square diamond. You're gonna kind of peel back the first layer of paper. You're gonna grab it by this bottom portion here. You're gonna pull it up. So it almost looks like a mouth opening up. I call it a canoe because if you look at it, and if I were to like turn it, it kind of looks like a boat that's opening. So you want to open the boat, and then once you get like a really nice boat shape, you want to start patting it flat. Okay, so here's the boat shape. It's kind of hard to see. So here's our boat shape, and now you want to start patting it flat. Like I mentioned before, this is kind of thick paper for me. So you want to pat it down flat. And when you pat down your boat flat like that, ooh, my lines weren't very, my creases weren't very good. But it might happen to you too. So just kind of put your finger in there and make it sharper. Okay. So once you get your boat, you want to pat it down flat, like so. Now you have this really narrow diamond. Oh, very narrow diamond. So we did that to the top part, and now we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna do it to the back. So we see our old kite shape there. We're gonna open it up, open up the kite to get our square diamond again. Grab that one layer of paper at the top, like so. So grabbing it, and we're gonna make our canoe again. Okay, so you're just gonna pull it open. Pull it, pull it, pull it, and we see my canoe. Once I get to my canoe, I'm gonna try to like use my finger to then like pat it flat. So this part, the bottom part's easy. It's usually the top part up here of the canoe that I have a hard time on. So you see how it's starting to curl up? You just wanna get your finger in there and kind of make it like a nice edge inside of it. So if you can get one side though, see how nicely I got that one side? Then you can work on the other side too. So I got that one side, I'm gonna work my finger to get the other side and then pat it flat. Okay. So now we have our narrow diamond shape. And then if you notice, this diamond has legs at the bottom. And so this leg part is going to be the head and the neck. And so this top part actually is going to be the wings, but not quite yet. So what we want to do is with the legs, we want to make it even skinnier for the neck and the tail because you don't want it too fat. And so on the leg portion, not this fat part, because there's always a year where kids do it on this fat wing part. We don't want to really touch the wings yet. So on the legs, you want to do another airplane fold. So taking the top layer, not both sides, but just the top layer again, we're going to do an airplane fold to this middle line to try and make it like skinny, nice and skinny. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So what we do to the left, we're going to do to the right. Again, just one layer of paper. We're going to take that and we're going to do another airplane fold along to this line over here, the middle. Just have it follow along. Then we're going to pat it down. Okay. Right. And then we did to the front side, we're going to flip it over and do it to the back side of our narrow diamond. So again, flappy leg part, yeah, that's where I'm going to do my airplane fold. So one more time, like so. Okay. So do to the left, I'm going to do it to the right. Airplane fold. And now we have our neck and our tail. That's these two legs are the neck and the tail. Okay, and so this next part is to help us puff up our crane so it looks 3D. And so what you want to do is see how there's like a little pocket here. You want to open it up. So right now it kind of looks like the fox's ears are going straight up. We don't want this right now. We want to actually find this inside, where if you pull back this and you open it up, this is what I call like the rat, because it has, if you flip it over, it has like a long nose, face, and then a long nose. Anyways, so you want to flip it open to find the rat. So you want the rat on both sides. If I flip it over right now, it still looks like this guy, right? The fox with the ears going straight up. So I want to look for the rat. He's going to be upside down. So you can kind of peel it back and open it up. And so now you should have rat on both sides. So rat here, long nose, rat here, long nose. Yeah? So just in case you missed that. So if you look, right, it has these sides to it. When you've made your fox with the ears and all of that, if you're to look at it, the fox from like the top part, right? You notice that there's like sides to it. There's this, and then the rat is on this side that we can't really see. So that's why you open it up. Then you should see a rat like this. Flat, no creases going through it. Okay, so here, we have the rat now. And so, like most of the animals, we're gonna grab it and we're gonna pull the rat's nose at the end of its face. We're gonna pull it all the way up to the tippity top of its ears. Like so. Same thing with the other side, flip it over, grab its nose, bring it all the way up to the tippity top. Okay, and so those noses that we just brought up to the top, that's the crane's tail and head. And then we're gonna open it up one more time to the other side where we'll see this house. So here's what we had first with the rat's nose going all the way up to the top, and if we just peel this over, we see this house looking thing, yeah? And so we want house looking thing. There's a rat. Here's the other house on the opposite side, okay? So that's what we want, is we want to see these houses. So with the houses, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna take the top of the house and bring it all the way down. This will help you puff it up, puff up your crane. Bring it all the way down, and it should end up making like a line right down there. Okay. Do the same. here's the front side. We're gonna flip it over. Do the same with the other side. Here's our little house looking thing. Take the top of the house, we're just gonna fold it all the way down so there's like a straight line going across like that, okay? And those are the wings that we just brought down. And so if you like puff it up just a little, you can see now we have something that kind of looks like a crane. We have the wings sticking out, okay? We have the head and the tail, okay? And so to puff up the crane's body, you grab the wings, and I don't do it up here. I usually do it like close to the middle part. And then let me see if I can do this somewhat centered like. So I grab it by the wings and I gently pull. Ooh, come on. Yeah, you don't want to tug too hard. So if you gently pull at the middle part, it should start puffing up. It's a pretty good puff I got going on. So see how it puffed up after pulling the wings like that? And so, yeah, we're almost there. And what I do, because head and tail are basically the same, I take the one that looks not so neat and I use that as the head. So this side doesn't look that great. You grab the tip and you just push it down any kind. I'm not very good at this part, but I just kind of grab the top and I push it down like so. You don't want to push it down too far. Then there, see, that's the head. Okay, and that is your crane. So feel free to re-watch this at any point. Go back, rewind. All right, and that's your crane.